Welcome. Today we embark on an insightful journey into the dynamics of manufacturers and retailers in rural India's diverse market. This is a field of immense importance given that a significant portion of India's population reside in its villages. We will explore how companies navigate this complex landscape, how retailers' structures function, and the crucial interplay between these two key economic players. Before we delve deeper, let's outline our learning objectives for this session. By the end of this lecture, you should be equipped to understand the vastness and variety of rural India's markets, analyze manufacturers' targeting strategies, comprehend adaptation in the marketing mix, explore rural retail structures, examine manufacturer retailer coordination, and finally, identify the key challenges and opportunities inherent in this ecosystem. These objectives will guide our exploration today. India's rural market is not just large, it's immense, home to over 65% of the national population spread across hundreds of thousands of villages. But what does this vastness imply for businesses? It implies dealing with heterogeneity. We will be talking about a fusion of diverse cultures, languages, and economic backgrounds. This directly leads to mixed consumption patterns and preferences. While rural households traditionally have lower incomes than their urban counterparts, with a significant portion of spending allocated to basic necessities like food. It's crucial to note that rural income have been rising regularly. This has fueled growing aspiration and a demand for a wider array of goods. Recent survey indicate that the average monthly per capita consumption in rural India reached approximately rupees 4122 in 2023-24. This figure nearly doubled what it was a decade ago, reflects improving living standards and a prosper appetite for consumer goods. So, who is the rural consumer? It's vital to understand that they are not a monolith. Needs are shaped by geography, livelihoods, be it farming, labor, and artisanship, and deep rooted cultural influences. Consumer behavior here is strongly influenced by tradition and community values. Shoppers prioritize value of money, durability, and trust in brands. They are often price sensitive, seeking products that meet basic needs or enhance their quality of life in cost effective ways. Simultaneously, as disposable incomes improves, these consumers are increasingly looking for better offerings across categories. Thus, manufacturers and retailers must navigate a marketplace that is both highly localized and rapidly evolving. The sheer scope is extensive, but its complexity demands carefully tailored strategies. Before we move on, let's quickly recap what we have learned about the rural Indian market. It's vast and diverse, home to the majority of India's population. Consumer spending is evolving with rising incomes and aspirations. The rural consumer is generally value conscious, trust driven, and influenced by their community. And critically, they are not a monolithic group. Their needs are highly differing. Understanding these fundamentals is key for any entity looking to engage with rural India. Now, let's turn to manufacturers across key sectors and their rural strategies, starting with fast moving consumer goods FMCG. FMCG manufacturers were among the earliest to recognize the potential of rural India, which now accounts for just over one third of the nation's consumer goods sales. In many recent years, rural consumption growth in this sector have been chased urban growth. So, how do leading FMCG companies like Dabur, Procter and Gamble and Marico approach this market. The foundation of their strategy is building extensive distribution networks. The goal is to ensure product reach even the most remote villages. For instance, a well-known biscuit brand often associated with the child mascot successfully penetrated out of the reach rural market through an expansive distribution network. Coupled with offering tiny, low-priced packs starting as low as 1 rupee. This made their snack accessible to budget-conscious families. Indeed, small packaging innovation are hallmark of rural FMCG strategy. Think of single-use sachets of shampoo, detergent, cooking oil, and even snacks. These are everywhere in almost every village kirana shop. Selling products in small, affordable unit cater directly to consumers with limited cash on hand. Beyond packaging, FMCG firms also tailor products and marketing. They often introduce simpler, utility-focused product variants that meet basic needs at low costs. Branding and advertising are also adapted. Companies use local languages, engage with folk media, and participate in community events to build knowledge and trust. Marketing messages often emphasize themes of family well-being, tradition, and trustworthiness aligning with core ruler values. On-ground campaigns like ruler melas, wall paintings, and local dialects and product demonstrations are crucial for engaging consumers who might have limited exposure to mainstream mass media. Next, we consider the agriculture and farm input sector. Given that agriculture is the primary livelihood for most rural Indians, companies producing seeds, fertilizer, insecticides, agricultural equipment like tractor and irrigation pumps, and animal feed are vital. Their strategy often extends beyond basic sales. It involves cooperation with farmers to boost productivity. Companies like Mahaiko, Bayer, and Agri engage in extensive rural outreach through agronomic teams and demonstration plots. They organize local farmer meetings and crop clinics to educate farmers on new high-yield seed varieties or optimal fertilizer usage, thereby building credibility and demand. Manufacturers of agricultural equipments such as Mahindra and Mahindra also tailor their offerings. Recognizing that many Indian farmers have small land holdings and limited budgets, they have introduced innovations like mini tractors and other economical farm machinery. Distribution often involves establishing dealerships in small towns. Crucially, enabling financing is the key strategy. Manufacturers frequently partner with rural banks or microfinance institutions to help farmers access loan or government subsidies for equipment purchases. Furthermore, after-sales support is critical in areas with poor service infrastructure. This includes training local mechanics or organizing repair camps in villages to ensure equipment uptime. Moving to healthcare and pharmaceuticals, companies in this sector, including those making medical devices and personal care items, are increasingly targeting rural markets. Why is this the case? Persistent healthcare inequities in many rural areas create a significant demand for affordable health and wellness products. Generic drug manufacturers like Sun Pharma and Cipla are expanding their reach to rural pharmacies and health centers, often utilizing wholesale network then extend into small towns from where medicines eventually reach village stores and clinics. Some companies adopt proactive outreach methods, such as deploying mobile health van, or collaborating with NGOs to conduct rural health camps, which also serve as an introduction to their products. Over the counter, OTC, and personal care companies employ similar tactics. A notable example is Procter and Gamble's initiative to offer low-cost sanitary napkins for rural adolescent girls, accompanied by educational programs to address cultural taboos. These approaches underscore the necessity for manufacturers to build trust within rural communities, especially when introducing new health products where mistrust or lack of awareness can be significant barriers. Packaging is also thoughtfully adapted, often featuring instructions in local languages or graphical guidance to cater to varying literacy levels. The digital and technological sector in India has identified rural areas as its next major growth frontier. This isn't it surprising when you consider the numbers by 2023. Rural India had over 425 million smartphone users, and it's predicted that rural residents will constitute the majority of new internet users by 2025. Telecom companies, device manufacturers, and digital service providers have all developed specific rural initiatives. Reliance Jio's 4G rollout, for example, strategically targeted rural regions with low-cost data plans and affordable smartphones, bringing millions of first-time users online. Competitors like Bharti Airtel also aggressively expanded their network coverage into the remote areas. Smartphone brands such as Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi, and Samsung offer inexpensive devices tailored for rural markets, often incorporating features like longer battery life to cope up with power outages or preloaded agricultural advisory softwares. A critical adaptation is the provision of vernacular content and interfaces. Google and Facebook offer services in numerous Indian languages, while e commerce giants like Amazon and Flipkart provide retail interfaces in Hindi and other regional languages, simplifying the online shopping experience. These platforms have also innovated in logistics, offering cash on delivery options as credit cards penetration is lower and establishing local delivery partnerships. We have also seen a rise in digital payments, with UPI based mobile payments becoming increasingly popular even at Kirana outlets in small towns. Government programs like BharatNet and Common Service Centers have further catalyzed digital adaptation by providing connectivity and access point for e-governance and e-commerce services in rural regions. Finally, let's look at consumer durables. Manufacturers of appliances, electronics, and vehicles have traditionally found rural India a challenging market, but this is rapidly changing. As electricity access improves and incomes rise, so does the demand for durables like refrigerators, televisions, washing machines, and motorcycles. Both Indian companies like Godrej and Bajaj and international players like LG and Samsung are adapting their strategies. A key approach is product innovation through sensible engineering, which involves creating simpler, most robust, and lower cost variation of appliances suitable for rural conditions. A classic example of Godrej's Chotu Cool, a 45-liter refrigerator designed to run on a portable battery and with high efficiency cooling, priced around $70, specifically targeting communities with irregular electricity. Distribution and service networks are also customized. Companies are expanding dealerships in small towns and rural mandis marketplace and utilizing sales van to display products at village fairs or haats. Motorcycle manufacturers often send sales team to these haats with display models and information on easy financing options given the credit limitation in rural areas. Partnerships with rural banks or microfinance institutions to offer consumer financing plans are common, allowing villagers to pay in installments. Marketing often appeals to aspiration, positioning a television, for instance, not just as entertainment but as a means to educate children and connect with the wider world. After sales service is another critical area. Companies are setting up repair camps, offering toll free helplines in local languages, and even training local youth as service technicians to address the scarcity of formal service centers. Let's pause for a moment to recap the sector specific strategies. For FMCG, it's about small packets, deep distribution, and localized branding. Agri inputs focus on farmer education, adapted machinery, and financing. Healthcare emphasizes affordable products, community outreach, and building trust. The digital and tech sector pushes for low cost access, vernacular content, and innovative payment solutions. And consumer durables leverage frugal innovation, customized distribution, aspirational marketing, and robust after sales service. The common thread across all these sectors is the fundamental need to deeply understand unique ruler requirements and adapt their offerings and approaches accordingly. Is it always easy for these manufacturers to simply take their urban product and sell them in rural areas? Clearly, the answer is no. Adaptation is key. Success in rural India for any manufacturer depend on strictly adapting the 4 Ps: product, price, place and promotion to rural realities. Let's start with product adaptation. The primary goal here is to make product affordable, robust enough to withstand potentially harsh conditions and genuinely ruler friendly. How is this achieved? Companies often redesign or repackage their existing products. We have already discussed the revolutionary impact of single use sachet packaging for items like shampoos, soaps, ketchup, and even mobile recharge cards. These are staples in village stores. Beyond just pack size, manufacturers also modify product features. For instance, hand pumps might be designed simpler field maintenance, or basic mobile phones might include powerful flashlights, a highly valued feature in areas with frequent power shortages. A significant concept here is sensible innovation. This means stripping products down to their fundamental elements to save cost while precisely meeting essential needs. A compiling example is Coca-Cola's EcoCool solar coolers. This innovation allowed rural merchants without electricity to chill beverages and even offer mobile phone charging using solar panels, effectively opening up new market for cold drinks in off-grid areas and reportedly boosting sales significantly in pilot stores. Next in the 4 Ps is pricing and affordability. Given that rural consumers are generally very price sensitive, manufacturers must emphasize low unit pricing and clear value for money. This does not always mean the absolute cheapest product, but the best possible value for the price paid. Several tactics are employed, offering affordable stock keeping units through small package size is common. Think of paint manufacturers selling 1-liter paint cans in rural areas compared to the large 4-liter packs more common in urban shops. For fertilizer, companies offering 1 to 2 kilogram micro sack for marginal farmers Some companies introduce specific budget brands tailored for these segments. Volume discounts and promotions are often timed to coincide with rural purchasing habits, which might be seasonal, peaking during harvest times or festivals when cash flow improves. Some enterprises achieve low price points by carefully cutting mediator or packaging costs. For high value items like consumer durables and automobiles, partnering with financing institutions to offer installment purchase programs is crucial as it reduces the barrier of a large lump sum payment. The general strategy is often one of achieving low cost, high volume sales, enabling companies to economically serve the vast market at the bottom of the economic pyramid. The third P is place or distribution adaptation, addresses the difficult challenge of reaching remote customers. This is the often most complex aspect of rural marketing. The traditional multi tier supply chain typically involves the company supplying a rural distributor who in turn supply local wholesalers who then reach village retailers. However, most companies add to this with innovative last mile solutions. Many organizations use hub and spoke networks where a depot in a district town turns as a hub supporting several rural retailers through feeder lines. To cover that final difficult terrain, they might employ bicycle couriers, boats in flood prone regions, or even pack animals, often relying on local carriers who possesses invaluable knowledge of the local geography. The landmark example of direct to consumer innovation is Hindustan Unilever's Project Shakti, which empowers over 120,000 rural women known as Shakti Ammas to become sales agents, selling HUL products in their communities. This not only extended reach but also provided livelihoods. More recently, the trend is towards reorganizing distribution using smaller, decentralized hubs and leveraging local human networks to ensure that even isolated population can access branded products. Finally, we came to the branding and promotion adaptation. Effective rural marketing demands communication that is highly localized and focused on building trust. How can brands achieve this harmony? They often tailor their messaging to appeal to core rural values such as stability, family benefits, and tradition. Since many rural consumers may have limited exposure to mainstream television or internet advertising, companies turn to non traditional medias. This includes using folk theatrical troops, puppet performances, and leveraging the natural assembly points for village hearts for product demonstration and brand promotion. Vernacular advertising is absolutely crucial. With dozens of languages spoken across rural India, manufacturers use radio jingles, regional television channels, and local publications to reach consumers in their native tongues. This fosters trust through inclusively and relatively. Given the frequency of mobile phones, companies are increasingly adopting mobile first strategies for digital outreach, from WhatsApp business messaging by local dealers to creating region specific content for platforms like Facebook. The power of word of mouth is immense in rural settings. So, brands often engage local influencers such as respected teachers or popular folk singers as brand ambassadors. Packaging labels also incorporate ruler symbols and scripts. Many successful ruler brands also focus on educating consumers, for example, explaining the benefits of water purifiers and actively involving the community through village meetings, endorsements from opinion leaders, and sometimes by visibly contributing to rural development projects. This holistic approach helps companies earn the confidence and loyalty to rural customers. So, to quickly recap the adaptation of the marketing mix, product strategy focuses on affordability, strength, and sensible innovation like sachets. Price emphasizes low unit costs, value, and financing options. Place involves innovative distribution like hub and spoke model and direct to consumer initiative such as Project Shakti, and promotion rely on localized trust based communication using vernacular languages and non-traditional media. The core principle supports all these adaptation in a deep dialect understanding of rural consumer needs, their constraints, and their cultural contexts. Would a strategy that works in an urban metro work as effectively in a remote village without these adaptations? Experience suggests it's highly unlikely. We will explore the remaining content in detail in our next video lecture. Today, we looked into the scope and diversity of rural markets in India, manufacturers' strategies in key sectors, lastly, adapting the marketing mix in rural market settings.